Good morning. We all sleep okay? Everyone ready for playoff Sunday? 3 regions to be decided. And it's all going to happen today. Oh. Morning, Musket. Thank you, Storm, as well, for the Prime. Swag to you, too. All right. Ready to lock in, I think. Morning, HSQC 5871. All right. Do you want to look at the bracket? I'll show you what we're working with. Top of the morning. Morning, Kate. All right. That button. Can you see everything? You can see everything. This is good. So we're starting with China. Then we've got EMEA and North America later today as well. Gonna start in the lower bracket and gonna make our way all the way through the lower bracket. Team CC versus Milk Tea. And this is, of course, winner goes to the Esports World Cup. Loser, it will be invited to the last chance qualifier. But last chance qualifier, really hard to qualify through. Thank you, Kari. Kari? Hey. Thank you. Winner of that goes on to play Rock. And then the winner of that goes on to play Weibo. All happens today. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we are in a best of 7 for the grand final as well. We are in a best of 7 for the grand final. So yesterday in China was very much a tale of the underdog showing a bit of life. We saw Weibo drop their first map of stage 2. We saw Little Sheep and Zones give CC and Milk Tea a bit more of a go. And they would have thought, they thought they were going to get. So hoping for a little bit more from China today. The underdogs punching up. And then when we get over to EMEA and North America, what a night we had. Were people on last night? Thank you for the first time, I don't know. Morning, Andra. It's true, HSQC, you will just be, if you are Team CC, you might be in for a long day. My fantasy is ruined now? Well. Let me show you something, Andra. I don't know if it'll make you feel better, but it'll make you feel like you're not alone. Here's my fantasy team. It can happen. And it did happen. I mean, but the sad thing about mine is these were 2 of my transfers in, and I fell, and these went brilliantly. This was brilliant news. Unfortunately, I am now just perennially handicapped. I talked yesterday in Fantasy about the key to Fantasy this week is correctly predicting the fixtures. And that's not happened. That's not happened. Has it? Has it? Jwoo was a player I sold. Cheers. I could have kept Jwoo and bought KS Ziad in, and then I would have been laughing. Absolutely laughing. God damn it. God damn it. It's alright. I'm going to eat a sandwich and it will be okay. Let me get you some audio, some predictions. No, I don't think Kellen and Sugar Free went negative, but obviously they're going to stop scoring points after last night's result. So, I think Sugar Free was still a slight positive, and Kellen might have been like, maybe like a minus 1.5 or something. But, missed points is going to be the problem. Why is this guy trying to hide his boner? Show us your boner. It's okay to be excited about China.
所以我个人觉得昨天那场比赛看的，虽然说他们是丢掉了那一分，也算是打破了自己在常规赛当中没有丢分的这个记录，但我觉得这个是值得的，因为他们真的得练这一套。去到了国际赛，你永远不会知道国际赛会是什么版本。大海的另一
You have 600 channel points left from 70,000. Disaster.
新手推荐使用的英雄啊，那比赛看下来，感觉离开的这个秩序之光来说，引号第一次玩。 啊，可能没那么熟练，期待他们在之后的比赛里面会不会继续拿出这样的。
我上一次有印象在婚检里面看到他的最终还是他21年，他凭 MVP。
Yeah, Korea done until the Esports World Cup. What'll be the last chance qualifier as well? Let me bring you up.
10分钟的最终。
This is my go-to graphic for these things. This one. This is our go-to graphic. So we are right here. We're going to have promotion relegation in a couple of weeks' time. That's just on Sunday. That's only for North America and EMEA. Then we got 3 days of the last chance qualifier a week after that. And then a little bit later, we've got the main event itself. So the next time we're going to see Korean teams in action will be in this last chance qualifier, where we'll see Falcons, Zeta. Maybe onside, but probably just Falcons and Zeta. Yeah, my anticipation is Crazy Raccoon are going to be top seed. We were talking about it a bit in the Discord, because last year they did a snake seeding, but it's just, you know, as in like, if there's 4 groups, the seeding sort of goes through putting teams in the groups like this. If that makes sense. But obviously the key there is what order do you put the teams in to enter into the snake. But I think Crazy Raccoon should come in top seed. Ooh.
那 CC 和 Milk 因为一边有萌和 Rick， 一边有这个 Gaga 和霹雳灯，其实都是有很多辩证空间的。
那我们来看一下今天这场比赛啊，非常关键的门票之争，我们所有的解说主持都是怎么预测的
I think for the most part, it was based on the previous major performance. So if we're basing it on the stage 1 major, let's say Crazy Raccoon just get top. But then it will be Korea, NA, China, and then EMEA. And then I'm expecting like Japan, Pacific, and South America to be put here at the bottom of it. And these playoffs for seeding, yeah, the playoffs will determine the seeding they go in as well, because obviously there's going to be, from say, this tournament, there's going to be a China 1st seed, 2nd seed, and 3rd seed. So these 2 games at the end will determine our 1st, 2nd, 3rd seed, but this first game here is to actually qualify and even be in that top 3. So first game is real life or death, and then we're in seeding / you know, your final finish in China. I don't know, where are we prize money wise? Significant differences? Oh yeah, okay, so it basically 4th and 3rd, minimal difference, but obviously the big one for 3rd is you get that land spot. But then once you get from 3rd to 2nd, you double your money. Then from 2nd to 1st, you basically double your money again. So decent amount of money on the line, I guess. Yeah. I wouldn't complain about doubling my money.
赛事资讯，竞猜玩法上大神 APP 赛事专区立即了解，完成额外的任务，还有抽奖补给掉落，赶紧去薅羊毛吧！已经是我们的第2阶段的最后一天了，再不薅羊毛，下次你要等，那可就是我们7月底到8月3号的我们的季中冠军赛了，请大家千万。
Will I be at? Will I be at Stockholm this year? I am hoping to. Depends a little bit if they invite me to co-stream or not. You know, I co-streamed from the event last year, but I wasn't originally invited to. I was just last minute cover. So hopefully they'll invite me. Ni hao from Frothy Philly, and ni hao to Frothy Philly as well. You see you got gifted a sub, PDK? Living it large. Going to, you guys going to be playing when it will be? The 13th of July in your promotion relegation?
那刚刚我们在嘉宾席也聊了很多，从大家的这个预测，我觉得可能跟
No refunds,
所有
mate.
观众朋友们心里想的一样，到底两支队伍的状态究竟怎么样？那我觉得聊到这两支队伍的话，首先从 CC 来讲，可能我们会说他们在常规赛也好，或者
All transactions are
上赛
final.
也好，整体的表现其实是不错的。
对，
但是就是问题在于季后赛的整体的一个起伏还是蛮大的。
Excited to hang out soon when I come to the team house. I'm excited to come to the team
会
house.
有一些
Yeah, I will be PTK. I'll be co-streaming all of the promotion relegation and EMEA in North America. I think to be fair, it's just like a one-day thing, right? It's just going to be a big Sunday. But I'll be there. I'll cover all of it. We'll see the second rise of Dilducks.
瑞克其实上场之后整体的表现是不错的，非常好的，但是上来的
Am I going to do interviews that only interview the relevant teams?
所以今天到底
Not for promotion relegation.
单子出来真的还不确定。
对，其实我觉得九狗这边说的非常对的一点就是，首先 CC 他们在
Not for promotion relegation.
个人也是觉得
Am I going to cover any Face It? Yeah, they asked me about it because Face It playoffs are.
看到
Is it next Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
中间虽然有让瑞克打过，但是我们不知道他们会不会
I've got plans on the Friday.
调整。这个东西的话，其实我觉得大家也是比较期待的。那今天这场比赛
And the Friday plans mean I'm going to be hungover on the Saturday.
虽然说之前大家都觉得这个 CC 应该拿下 MVP，
So we'll see how I feel on Saturday, maybe.
看下来，只能说，有机会，但我觉得 MT 机会不大。但是我觉得有。
You should coach with ball strong. Yeah, it's a shout actually.
要去一定抢下来这个名额，
很关键啊。
Ages and ages and ages ago.
调整的怎么样？因为从季后赛这
I remember speaking to Bullskunk and we said we would do something together at some point, but then we sort of went in slightly different paths. He did a lot more of a Face It coverage. I did a lot more of the OWCS coverage. But yeah, I'm down. Maybe I'll reach out.
长时间的去使用到毛家，这个可能在他们这个赛段我可能是不太见到的，没太见到的。虽然有一个版本的更新，但是我们知道，这个 BD 灯来到 CC 之后啊 ，Gaga 的上场基本上是锁定在第一张地图的，后续的这个哪怕是有机动阵容，都会锁定在害灾上面，让 BD 灯去操刀。 然后更多的会打一个偏地面的这个坦克组合，而且本来我们这个阶段其实地面坦克组合也是比较主流一点。
Woods Theory, somebody was here last night. Can I just show you guys the state of my Twitch notifications?
真的不一定，所以看点还蛮多的。
对，我觉得看点肯定是绝对够的啊，包各位看
The state of my
两边队伍对于这场比赛的准备到
the state of my Twitch notifications from last night.
他们今天的这个首发名单 ，Milk Tea 首发名单
Hold on, how can I get this up on screen?
跟 QYO， 然后他们的对手 Team C Kaneki Pineapple Gaga。
If you were here last night, this will all make sense to you. If you weren't here last night, you were going to ask, what is going on?
对，
这都是 A 梦来打。
可能我觉得对于老陈来讲，可能对于你来讲，对于瑞克相对比较熟悉。那对于观众朋友们来讲，瑞克上来之后
The Twilight, no, didn't. Well, he left basically. For all of the stages so far, Twilight has been in Saudi Arabia, so he can play on good ping. But he left. He went back to Korea.
机动阵容地图啊，伊利奥斯，瑞克上来怎么说？
怎么说？
你说说。
先看，先看。 伊利奥斯这张地图呢，其实也 CC 他们是
So, as a result, Skyle had to step in. Honestly, like I saw some people calling Twilight a snake, but trust me, guys, he's not a snake. It's actually really reasonable. You're gonna go sort it out, are you, PDK? Yeah, look, we'll do it. We'll do a TU special of Uncoachable at some point, and we'll shed some light in it. When's LCQ? It's the 17th of July. Here we go. Yeah, 17th to 19th of July. No, nothing to do with Visa. His choice. Wouldn't it be a tell-all? Yeah, I think a lot of people know behind the scenes, but there'll be some explanations. Yeah, I thought Skyle played all right. Given he was just thrown in with a week's notice. Thought he played fine. Honestly, was that not TE's best performance in all of stage 2? I know they lost 3-1, But I think it might have actually been their best performance.
这个表现确实有点太爆炸了，就每一周都是能上 top 5的，对吧？
我对于他们来讲的话，我觉得
Can't tell if Heesung is fake or not. I think Heesung is like
CC 来看的话，应该是
a kind of classic case of super high mechanical skill,
对位，包括
but
一手绕后啊，
struggles in Overwatch. And I think that problem's only exacerbated when he's in a like a foreign language team.
班长可能是他们觉得可以操刀的一个方向，而 Milky 后手选择班长破坏，就是我们前面说的这个 Gaga 的破坏值的强度会比这个
But you see, like, I don't know if you saw the Dorado, but when he was playing Hazard on Dorado,
围绕着他的去
on a hero like Hazard, where if you've got just really good mechanics, you can just carry a lot of fights through
每一直面的
through hitting your one shots, through finding individual kills. On that sort of map, all of a sudden, that sort of situation, he's able to do really well.
让你锁定到温斯顿嘛，然后以偏接，我记得奶茶在这张地图上面，其实之前首发蒙子的时候，然后还上过 top 0嘛，打这个奥利莎，对，打这个奥利莎，就真底还拿的蛮多的，所以在这
How do you rank? Can he hit every shot? Yeah, I mean, I think like in terms of actual just raw ability at the game, can he hit his abilities? Can he hit his shots? He's really good, but
队伍都有准备好几套，
only gets you so far in Overwatch.
对对对，看你这个换的时机点能不能恰到好处。CC 这边的话，我觉得他目前为止打自己最擅长的，他前面是没有输过的嘛。
You think simple? Yeah, I mean, we were talking on Uncoachable, and Chris was making a case that he thinks, in EMEA at least, Simple's actually MVP of the stage.
今天的第一场比赛由 Milky
And I think, I mean, obviously I know TM lost yesterday, but it was a tight fucking game. Maybe Simple should have swapped BAP as well. I think we talked about, like, even Psycho was on last night as well, talk a bit about that.
直接出一手低了，其实这是一个针对的选择了。
Thank you, Makanda. What are you saying? You'd polish my bald head? Thank you, Makanda.
可能是真的前辈的
少个扎力啊，双
还少个双铃铛，我觉得先看一下吧。
All right, should we lock in? Bit of Chinese Overwatch to get our morning underway. And it's an important game, remember.
而 CC 的话是布迪塔加上安娜配合上弗雷亚跟烈
Loser
没有变化。
has to go to the last chance qualifier, or they can go to it. They are invited to it at least. Winner qualifies directly for the Esports World Cup. Team CC very much expected to be that, and Team CC, as the highest seed from regular season, have picked the first map, and they have sent us to Ilios, as they have done all playoff bracket long. They always win this map as well.
非常足啊，他们是打近身的。
Gonna be Diva coming out from Wreck. Pressure comes onto point now. Lots of pressure onto Unbound. He eats the nade, actually. That allows Eileen to get the kill, but it's just a 1-for-1 trade.
死神跳的有点
Insane now trying to take over. A bit more pressure. They've cleared Wreck onto the high ground. Oh, not for now. He comes back down. He's going to get teammates. And that should be the point going the way of CC.
哦呦呦，顶不住。
是有
Couple of late trades, but Pineapple here able to clean everything up.
CC 其实我们从
So obviously, normally we see Meng playing a lot for Milk Tea here.
弗雷亚以及安娜，
对，
But they've opted to play a Diva version of the comp here. Ball was actually banned from them as well. Oh, sorry, by them, rather. Stop Gaga playing it.
已经残了。
CC, on the other hand, banned the Cass. Don't know how impactful that really is. Maybe it's the hero we've probably seen Eileen play the most, but it's not particularly good on a lot of Ilios points anyway.
看一下第二轮的进攻，战力比现在20%，能量情况的话，潘达
Looking for their next setup. No ults just yet for CC. Kyo can actually take his Kitsune Rush to point if he wants, start forcing it. The nade is good onto C. C's 1 HP, managed to live.
来起来了，但是流星锁
Now more point pressure coming in. Bola has been eating Kitsune Rush to force the objective now, and CC are forced to give the flip.
对，扑了一个
They're going to back it up. Look for their nano turn. 4% left to go for Far Away. He can drop that on Gaga very soon. Gaga needs it now. It wasn't up in time. Gaga. Heals eaten.
出来伤害。
Monkey one shot.
这波反场其实还算是比较成功的。
And the plan completely unravels there. Now they're going to have to play retake CC.
的残局
And this gives Milk Tea...
真的
Oh,
很
I can close
对，
for
其实大
Preds.
家要注意一点，就是瑞克这边地方他打的其实偏保守，他跟对面其实很像很像前面。
And
扎里亚是保着队友在打
and that means they can hold close here. And they can play aggressive with this beat push if they want as well. They can get Eileen, they can get Wreck, and they can just beat push into this backline. Make it really difficult for Farway to survive. They've taken some space on the high ground now, and there's a beat timing if they want to go, but they're slowing it down. The Nano comes through first. C is going to die. That's the beat. Oh, the perfect pulse bomb from Kaneki. And we talked about them holding forward, going early, not giving any space to the Anaprig, using their beat push to be aggressive, and just flat-footed from Milk Tea. Needed to see more.
这波掉的有点快，那返场速度也非常的快。现在而且 Milk Tea 手上有4个大招，同时可以看一下。
And they'll have a lot of ults coming back now, but Team CC, this comp thrives when it is in control, the Anna Brig. Nade spots for far away on this rotation as they come up. They can play to now force the beat early. What Milk Tea want to do is they want to beat, get on top of the Anna Brig. What CC want to do is not let that happen at all. They want to force the beat either on point or force it at this choke here where Gargar's marking. Just playing this high ground, making it awkward for them to come out this door. Reki is going to make his way through first, down to half HP. Tracer makes a move into the backline here. Insane, pulse bomb out, doesn't find anything. They've lost Keo on the way in as the beat push comes through. 1-for-1 trade, but Gargar's going to keep this point occupied with his primal. Needs to be careful not to lose all his health here. He's playing to boop him off the map. Comes back on. Rally comes out as well from Unknown. That should seal the hold. Nothing Rek can do about this as well. Trying to preserve his mech on the high ground. Has to be careful not to get staggered out here. Same goes for Insane, but 2 more staggers. But Diva is at least out. Here's had his Suzu force actually as well, so yeah, just an easy kill for Kaneki late as well, and his touch is going to get very difficult for him. They've got the Blossom, but how on earth is he going to get a Blossom off in this situation? Oh, wait! Gargar, where are we going? They're trying to deny the touch. Bomb is out. The baby gets the touch, though. They kill him for hit the pulse bomb, and everything might be okay anyway here. There's a Death Blossom to turn it from Eileen. Need the biggest Blossom we've ever seen here. Wraith has been used. 1 HP. Here comes the pocket. Full pocket from Keo. Is it enough? They can't kill him. Oh, they can now. The nade will get it done. Kitsune Rush comes in over the top as Milk Tea are clinging on to their lives here, but no HP. No way to use that Kitsune Rush. And in many ways, in honor of PDK, everyone's playing Reaper. But it doesn't quite look like it does when PDK plays it. Morning, Mr. X. Are you excited for the UK University Summer Splash seeding games happening at 1 PM today? I don't know about the UK University Summer Splash seeding games today. But now I know about it, I'm excited.
再加上安娜，其实我们看到几个瓶子效率都还不错的。
是的，那来到废墟，两边阵容会有一些微调，主要是来。
Yeah, they need to scrim the Dill Ducks, and then they'll learn a little bit how the Reaper should work.
拿了手钳，啊，在没有了卡西迪之后。
All right, next map.
因为弗雷亚面临到对面的这个温斯顿的罩子，其实还会
Similar looking compositions. Anna Brig here for CC. Gonna play the inside part of the map, and highly pressure onto Eileen, trying to play the Sojin, but as soon as Gargar jumps, Pineapple just has this full wide side, and it's looking very comfortable for CC. This has been par of the course for CC in all the series we've seen, even the series they lost. The first map on Ilios, the dive looks good, and they normally convert it. Gonna hold on the high ground now. Look how far forward Unknown and Pineapple are as well, and this is gonna be a dangerous rotation. R3K and Keo, they can challenge for high ground, but it's gonna be difficult for them to clear it. They're trying to go through inside, just rotate through. Bubble on the rotation. A little bit late though from Gaga. And this means they get through, but the nade is huge from far away. They are so low, 1 HP. They can't all live. Oh, they got through, they cheat, they missed, they skipped Gargar's timing, but Farway was waiting with a nade. And a classic big nade on the rotation. Everyone dies. A stagger out onto the baby here as well. Booped off the map. And they will reset and have to do the same thing again. Forward hold is going to be re-established now from Gaga and Team CC. Same again, early pressure. Diva has respawned now, and Milk Tea can attempt this retake. Insane nearly has a pulse bomb. Can try and get through to force point as well. Gaga's actually had his bubble force, so now he doesn't have bubble to drop on the rotation. But they do have the nano, so he can still go on this one. Missed his timing again, actually. The boot back is good. Insane's going to swap over to the right-hand side, but the pulse bomb this time is waiting for him. And the bowler. Oh, they keep getting past Gaga, but there is just nades, bowlers, pulse bombs waiting for him. And this is going to be another stagger onto the baby. Are they just going to make him swap and spawn? Jump off the map? Yeah, he's going to swap and spawn. More time off the clock. One more attempt for Milk Tea here. And now,
而且 Milky 他们一直
looking curtains, isn't it? There's a nano primal on this rotation. They still don't have the beat.
现在还是大招劣势团啊。
Now Gaga, looking for the hit on the rotation. Doesn't get it. There's a rally inside. They bash. No chance to get it off. Kitsune Rush comes out, but the rally, the primal inside, they've been absolutely crushed. And that's about as dominant as Ruins as you're likely to see in your lifetime. 100-0, no looking at all for Milk Tea.
对，因为我们看到几乎就是4次反场全是矩阵框着进小房间 ，poke AOE 掉人，第二轮过来大招掉人，然后再来第3波掉人，最后就没了。
所以第一波团战很关键啊。我们都说 Diva 其实在某种程度上面很限制温斯顿的，但是这个限制并没有。
No, Evatao is now called Mew and now on Weibo.
到点里给点里这种相对应的这种卡位置啊，或者说给前排压力，但是往往在
His baby was born in 2025. It's true. Barway is a recent father.
主要是这个问题就是在于过路费收不的太多，而且
Yeah, you need
而且把所有位置都基本放掉了嘛。头上
you need like you need a fucking info booklet to keep up with all the Chinese player name
至
changes.
少能够晕2个人。晕到之后左键包括自己的黄金。
But alright, we'll do map 2. Now, obviously, that first map, if you are a Milk Tea head, has probably ruined your morning. But CC always win the Ilios. But then CC very much insist on playing a lot of the ground tank maps next. So this is where CC have looked a little bit more vulnerable. This is where they had close maps against weaker teams before. And this is where they got thoroughly beaten by Rock as well earlier in the weekend. How close was Weibo versus Rock yesterday? Actually really close. I think it's the closest we've seen a domestic team play against Weibo since the return of China. I'm trying to fact check myself now, but I think that's true. And it's here's a replay of that big nade. It's very much the same problem that this Weibo team, Hangzhou Spark, Team China, whatever iteration, whatever name their moniker they're playing under. It's the same problem they always run into, where as soon as it becomes like, say, a very Orisa heavy meta like where we are now, it's they don't have the same unstoppable power level. What's with Team CC using the name of the old academy team? It's just there's no actual affiliation. It's just for old time's sake. Previous stage, Rock was extremely close to taking a second map. Okay. I guess that was also true yesterday, right? Because it was the... Let me remember... Oh, come on, brain work. They won the Saravasa Rock, and it was a very close Circuit Royale as well, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe very close is like a little bit generous, but we were into overtime and everything. Yeah, one Saravasa, and it was like a 5-4 Circuit Royale. That was the one where Shy finished it with that window overclock that you might have seen on Reddit and Twitter and such. What happened to LGD? Yeah, I don't think they sponsor any team at the moment. I don't know if they're in the Esports World Cup again, like as an org in other games, but yeah. I mean, even at Arena Sappy, I mean, it was all reasonably competitive. So yeah, I don't have a clear memory of that previous game or from last, but it's up there, right? It's up there. Rock showed punching distance at least.
那主要就是看一下后面的自选图了。我们说这个，VGT 在所有的第一张地图好像都没有，有赢过吗？哦，1.24反正没赢过。 而且就看一下下一张地图的自选了，看一下数据情况。数据
Yeah, I mean, Rock were in the lead for quite a while there. All right. 0.4 to 13.1 KD.
费逊拉开太多 KD 了，这确实没办法。那费逊这张地图，其实我们整个看着就是会显得非常的被动啊，大家在抱团往里面拉的过程当中吃了太多的一个这个伤害。就算你要从那些地方出来，但整个外场的位置已经全部给包起来了。
对，我觉得这个也是对于 CC 来说，选手他们临场的一个经验非常。 关键的一个环节啊，就其实我们看到这个死神打典礼的这个体系，因为 CC 有很多老选手，这两支队伍都
No idea, Cartman.
在第一眼看到这个阵容之后，马
Can teams sell their roster and still play an esports World Cup? What do you mean? Hey, morning, Panda. Yeah, all 3 games today, Turden, so we're going all the way through to grand finals. Parent buff from playing Anna. He's a generation short still. Once he gets a grandchild, then he's going to truly ascend to the best Anna in the world. It's like the Org Sign Esports World Cup seems like Nightmare and Gatos Guapos or nah, because I feel like it's too late and they probably don't want the team that will perform the worst. They might still do it, but I imagine we're in like, what's the word? Just like shitty contracts. To be fair, I imagine Gatos Guapos are not going to sign for any of these like bottom walls like makers last season after last year's experiences. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gatos Guapos just goes and takes the prize money for themselves. Alright, bans coming up. So we're going to Circuit Royale. Milksy are going to ban the Juno. Worth noting, Remedy is coming in as well. Sojin ban on the other side from CC. So, don't really expect this to shift the needle all that much in terms of what comps are viable. Rack and Punk were saying that... Oh, sorry, Punk and Aki. You were watching Rack and Punk and Aki were saying the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, Billadengin. So, substitution-wise, we've got Remedy coming in for C, and we've got Billadeng coming in for Team CC. And looks like we might just be getting a Sigma mirror here. Now, Billadeng, if you've been watching throughout the weekend, you have heard me talk a lot about Billadeng, but he's not quite delivered on his promise, so we're hoping for a big performance. Oliver asks, any latest info on the Maker situation? Yeah, I mean, to their eventual credit, what is my Freya doing? Oh my god. What is my Freya doing? Eileen playing with fire. Sorry. With the Maker situation, they've paid. They've paid all the players now. For what it's so, you know. Better late than never, I guess. But they paid. Okay, in this Sigma mirror now, it's going to be Mei here, which, you know, we all know how the Mei works in these situations. Mei behind the tank, lots of pressure, threaten the rock on the Sigma. The Venture, on the other hand, here from Insane, is going to have a lot of carry potential. If they can get onto that Baptiste, onto that Ilari, they've got great kill potential here. They should be able to control all these sort of narrow side spaces here on Circuit Royale. There's the wall, there's the rock, R3K, tanks that one in the face for Lamp. Matrix, everything going to be used. A rock and a drill dash to relieve some pressure. They've traded lamps, and Insane will be able to unburrow there. Another rock. Wall. Oh, the wall is the wrong side. Milk Tea have got away with this one now, but they have to help Eileen on the flank. He's getting 1v2'd. He's overloaded there. Insane's going to try and play for a trade with this Venture. Jump is good, though. Well played by Unknown. Avoids that situation, and Farway's able to confirm 2 kills to give them all the space here. They're going to get some late kills here as well, so this is going to be first chip point going as well for them. And a convincing start here for CC. Maybe some late kills here as well. Insane's going to burrow underneath. Ooh, wait, a late kill onto Farway. Okay. Insane needs to live here. They're pushing for it. There's a lamp available for him as well. Okay, so they managed to stabilize Milk Tea. They can come out with a pretty healthy ult bank, but there's going to be a huge number of ults all around. Kaneki's Blizzard, probably the most powerful of the lot as well. Unburrow here from Insane. Drill dashes out, but can't make it out. Just no pressure from his team while he's doing this. Out of sync timing-wise here, Milk Tea. And this has provided easy progress for CC. A Flux back from R3K. Forces for Lamp. Does it even force for Lamp, actually? I didn't see. Freya's are going to trade. Meanwhile, Rock comes out from R3K. Body blocking this one as well. Trying to get more damage, but now the counter flux from Billadeng here. He's got 2 in it. He's broke. Oh, the lamp just about keeps him alive, but there's more damage afterwards. Captive Sun's traded. A battle in the skies, but Farway is winning it. And Farway provide a lot of key openings so far in this Circuit Royale. And the Blizzard Eaton as well. Alright, doesn't change the result for CC. They got a lot of initial value out of that early pick and the Flux as well. Forced a lot of resources. Now they're going to try and clear. Oh no, he's used his Tectonic Shock as well. He's got a lot of damage. They're so low on the backline, but he can't quite finish the kills. He's going to die for it. He saw gold there. They do trade a Sigma for it, so they can keep their close hold here. But Insane now, very much a lone figure, a lone maniac. Wall on to R3K doesn't actually clear that much space. Arnie's about to have a bowler as they come through this next choke. Now the swing, and no dies on the way in though. Rock is going to force in his lamp. Now back foot for R3K massively. Still walking forward. Iceblock has been used. Keo is trying to hold this position. Keep his Sig topped up. Insane comes to interrupt that as well. He kills both of them. And now all of a sudden, this time, it's actually Team CC make the first move. Insane comes in from the flank. And you see the power Venture can have in these type of compositions. And for the first time, really feels like Insane is on a timing with his team there. Now it's going to be... Looks like they want to try and clear left-hand side. You see Billadane going through the left-hand side up the staircase on Nars. But oh, there was a patience from Insane. He let the Sigma walk past. He waited for a squishy target. Now he comes and gets the Sigma. And all of a sudden, Team CC having big problems with this Venture. Trigger discipline from Insane in the corner. They can keep this forward hold, and CC now have a lot of ults to crack it though. Again, looks like Billadane's going to go left, and this time he will check his corners, finds the Venture, forces Insane back. Insane's going to try and hold this position, maybe even threaten the Sigma. Flux has come out as well, but this is a bit early. There's no one to Flux. Can he even get anyone? No. Brute from R3K. Now there's a bowler thrown in during all of that as well. Now the Blizzard round onto the May. Rock is good, gets the kill, but the Sigma is very much frozen. Lamp comes through from R3K and the window. Great pocket from Keo coming through. Keeps everyone in position. And the forward hold continues. Insane though. Caught out on this right-hand side. Now Billadane can take space. Uncontested. Unconcerned about this Venture. And now all of a sudden this backline won't have a free angle. The Rock is good. Remedy out there as well. Captive Sun comes to finish off Keo. Remedy's looking for his own trade. Able to get one, but they need more. And it's too little too late. And they crack it open there in the end. And actually quite efficient from Team CC. They use 2 ults. They still have 3 in the bank. Billadane's going to try and hold this high ground early. They have the Flux in the window to keep hold of this position now. Oh, wait, Billadane. Oh, no. He's been booped out. Oh, disaster. Oh, butter on his shoes. And now Milk Tea get the high ground for free. They're still going to get to push the cart. But a missed opportunity. Instead, Team C are going to try and rotate through underneath, but Insane can get the touch. R3K floating back into position to mark this. Insane's going to regroup on the high ground, but a window on the coast. Pineapple's found a kill, a wall to isolate him as well. Eileen is in all sorts of trouble. 2 for Pineapple now. Tectonic Shock from Insane, trying to play for trades. Needs kills, so low, gets 1! It's an important trade, but the cart is still pushing forward. R3K needs to get on the point. He's half HP. The Rock doesn't get anything done. TP back from Remedy. Insane's trade is not going to be enough. Full cap for CC.
推到终点还有1分半的时间，其实算非常不错的一个结果。其实我们前面在进入到最后这个直道跟拐者的时候在聊，这个位置你需要注意的有2方面，进攻方首先就是他要保证车子的一个进度，然后还有手边这个泳池的干净。同时我们可以看到防守端他要去处理的不仅仅是车边，以及还有右边。来看这个位置抢得非常的快，对。
Yeah, drawing blood from a stone. Yeah, that's very true. Very true for the Maker situation. How good of a China teams compared to Korea or North America? So I think the way I'm feeling about it now is CC and Rock Esports, who are very much expected to be the 2nd and 3rd team from China, are probably below the top 3 from North America and EMEA that we're going to see at the Esports World Cup. But Weibo, right in the mix with the top teams from both those regions, from North America and EMEA, and with the right meta above them. The right meta being something where they can dive, basically, something where they can have Gushwei on his best heroes. In terms of how close they are to Korea, I think Weibo are really only close to Korea if we are in a dive meta, if we are in something quite Winston heavy, like we saw at the Major in Hangzhou at the start of the year. So at the moment, say we played the Esports World Cup tomorrow, in this current meta, I think all of the Chinese teams would actually struggle really hard. But there's still a long time since the actual tournament. Long time until the actual tournament. Alright, Eileen. Can't find anything with this opening Widow. We'll be swapping. Probably just onto the Freya here as well. Yeah. And now it's going to be more of a Sig mirror. Bap Ilari again. Insane going to take the Mei mirror this time though. So all about the wall trades and can the Sigmas cancel Matrix with their rock. This is what they're looking for. CC are just backing up to this far corner. Going to try and hold some of this wide space with their Mei actually. All on the swing timing now for R3K. Provide an opportunity for his DPS to take these duels. Wall's going to come out behind Billedeng. Eileen can't find too much meaningful. Now goes for this duel with Freya, but no take aim bolts landed. Minimal impact from these swings so far. They still have this Kaneki here on this annoying angle. He's hit one shot onto Eileen. That's going to slow him down for a second. The wall comes out, but it doesn't force all that much. They're still trying to clear these side positions right now. Surprised they're not running the Venture here as well. The Venture would be so good at that, but instead they're going to try and play through the front. Counter wall comes out from Kaneki. The rock still connects onto Billedeng, actually. Now a bit more space for Milk Tea to work with, but again, that side space is still owned by Kaneki. They need to deal with this main Milk Tea. The window comes out, but a D peek is good. Now, finally, R3K is moving over to that right-hand side to try and deal with it, but now the counter window comes out. Flux and window invested. Lots of damage here, but it's actually quite expensive for CC in a fight they were almost definitely winning. They had all the position. They hadn't pinned in with the window. The Flux from Billedeng seems overkill. So there is an opportunity here, a Flux advantage for R3K in the coming fights. And a Captive Sun as well. Blizzards are going to be the big one though. Early wall onto Billedeng just to try and get them around this first corner. Next wall timing is also going to be for Billedeng as well. It feels like Kaneki's playing a little bit slower with these walls, walling second just to protect Billedeng rather than trying to punish R3K. Captive Sun to start the fight from Remedy. Over the top, comes out. Damage trigger is good. Farway's taken down, but a Blizzard onto R3K means he can't Flux. Insane has a Blizzard to turn it, so they have to be careful here because Eileen's found a couple of picks. They're going to keep picking. Thank you, Nico, for the prime. Still in this, but Billedeng's going to keep this point anchored for now. Wall comes out, but Billedeng avoids that one. They're slowing it down, and Milk Tea have all the ults to finish this point right now. Flux and Blizzard ready to go. Team CC, they're going to have to rely on a pick. Trying to make their way in. Keeping this BAP pinned in with the bolts. Eileen's going to deepen his angle a little bit now. Can just start poking out Billedeng here. Billedeng down to half HP. Wall on him as well. There's the window. Matrix comes out. Blizzard on top though. Not the lamp is late. It wouldn't have been enough to save him anyway. Ice block forced on point. Kaneki's going to die shortly afterwards. And the ult advantage is converted in the end there by Milk Tea. And they at least get to hold on to the Flux as well. Milk Tea there felt like they really had to rely on ult advantage in the end. They had to, of course, Nico. Perfect for a nighttime shift. Yeah, I've worked in a couple of night shifts in my life, and Kingdom for entertainment, hey? Slight ult advantage now for R3K with his Flux, but Billedeng is right behind. Peeking round the corner. Flux comes out from R3K first. He's actually killed Pineapple immediately as that one comes up. Billedeng with a defensive shield as well, trying to save it. He's got the Flux if he wants to try and get them out of dodge, but they're two players down right now. Kaneki is still peeking. They are trying to get out. What a cross from Farway. The wall, the Matrix, they save Farway, and they keep their players alive. They have the ult to retake with here, CC. They can window early, create a bit of space. Maybe even Flux early, honestly, because this is such a difficult choke to get out of. Worth noting, Insane is on the sim now as well. You can see him holding that left-hand side. Now, window round the corner, but R3KD peeks it pretty effectively. Captive Sun used in response. Trying to break the shield for this Captive Sun. A Captive Sun comes out in response from Remedy, but it's a huge Captive Sun. Flux out from him as well, but they die anyway. Remedy still found kills. Billedeng is so low. The Blizzard, though, onto the point. The Cap's gonna go through, surely. No. Oh, they had to use everything there. The Blizzard relieves the pressure from the point. Billedeng was so low, but the Blizzard saves his life. They've still got two players to deal with here. Eileen and Remedy are there. Eileen's going to get a kill, actually. They have to be careful. There we go. dealt with eventually.
对，这个时间拖下来的话，下一轮至少来说，目前看下来 ，Milk Tea 会有一个能量的优势。他们的增幅矩阵在这个正面的角度，不知道
Big opportunity goes missing for Milk Tea. They were at ult disadvantage though, so the nature of a close hold is they forced all the ults out. Look at this from CC. Nothing but a window coming up. Milk Tea are about to have the sim wall. This is another huge opportunity for them.
但是有2个人在分走。
Gonna TP underneath. Looks like it gets R3K into position. Looking for the rock. The rock's good. Bowler comes out from Eileen. Doesn't find anything. The lamp has been forced now, though. Window out too. Insane about to have this symbol. And they have the pick on Pineapple to walk forward with. They can just go with this symbol. Window is out, but they have the symbol so soon. They just need to get to it. Insane ready to go, but they're waiting out. Now the symbol comes. They're quite far back, but this May is now ice on the left-hand side. They can go kill Kaneki. Eileen is all over it. A rock relieves a bit of pressure from Billadeng, but they have to commit to the toucher, and it's going to be a full beam sim. Frying this Sigma. Nowhere to go. Was that a late lamp again? Maybe it was just coming back off cooldown. Either way, Milk Tea get themselves onto 3rd point. Took a lot of their time bank now. Only 2 minutes for them to work with. But a good set of ults to keep snowballing with. Eileen's going to be peeking this high ground. Insane is with him as well. Presume Remedy's going to be in that position too soon. Have a captive stun. Yeah, they're going to TP R3K. Oh, back and forth from the choke. Need to make sure they're peeking here. But actually, no, R3K TP's back. It was just a soft hold here. Surprised they didn't commit to it. Maybe they're trying to bait him in. They're trying to bait him in for this captive stun, maybe? Or they plan to disengage the Flux. Very passive and baity from Milk Tea here. But this has allowed CC to close the distance. And now a Flux to chase it. Bowler comes out. R3K is caught. The lamp is good though. Rock doesn't connect. The lamp manages to get him out. Billadeng wants to push for HB advantage, but he is walking to an almighty choke. Far away though. Captive Sun to finish the kill. Billadeng has space now, and they can stabilize on the high ground. Remedy can't get out of here. Pineapple will finish the kill. And I don't know, I would have liked to see more aggression from Milk Tea in that situation. They had that space on the coast, they had ults to throw into it as well. But now they have to break this close hold and finish the map, and they only have 50 seconds in which to do it. Pineapple's going to take some initial damage. The wall is more of just a disengage wall, and Billadeng's maybe stuck in here. Team CC have given a lot of position, so Billadeng's just dead. They were forced off for high ground there, and Billadeng hadn't moved. Kaneki now. Oh! Clutches for Jewel! Saves himself, and that might save CC, because Kaneki is coming back with this Blizzard as well. High ground window too, but can't find the Dink. Looking for the Baptiste. Looking for the Captive Sun. It's on the coast here. Ice Block is still available, though. Everyone should be okay. Wait, there's the trigger. Ice Block forced now. Remedy's still taking this duel, but Kaneki is keeping his eyes on it. Here comes the Flux from R3K onto the high ground. No Ice Block, remember. Billadeng's died in main as well. The lamp keeps them all alive. R3K needs help, though. They're not in time. Kaneki with another crucial kill. Blizzard now onto the point. Sim turrets are up. Sim wall is out. Kaneki trying to deal with the high ground, but Blizzard hasn't found the value. They're not out of it yet. Milk Tea. Insane has found 2. There's now, they have to deal with Pineapple. Pineapple's 1 HP behind. Keo can finish that though. Billadeng, he has to touch versus a full charge sim. The Matrix does nothing. Here comes the ball. TP back on. Susie can't do anything. And Milk Tea are forcing us. They're sending us into another round. Loved it at first, to be honest, but the more you do it, the more I miss getting a full day of sunlight and normal social activity. Yeah, the place I used to work out would do, I only covered night shifts for a little bit, but it was like, you would do 12-hour shifts, but it'd be 4 days on, 4 days off. So part of that was quite appealing to me, because I was like, 4 days off, but I never actually like signed onto the shift fully, but when I covered it, it was like nightmare difficulty. All right. 1 minute on the clock now for Milk Tea. Bigger time bank, of course, for CC. But very snowbally. People calling for attacker's advantage in this situation. And a change, potentially. Milk Tea's at least toying with the idea. They're going to start on Widow. Wouldn't hate to see the Ram, honestly. They've only got limited time. they've been doing okay in this slower comp, but as we've seen in a lot of the other regions, EMEA, North America, these faster compositions, just a Lucio or Ram or something, have been doing a lot, and there's an aggressive TP out. The slower's got so much, it's forced for Lamp already. The punches are going to do so much damage. Can they find any kills, though? A Lamp to keep R3K going. And Team CC, they survive for first storm. Get away with that one there. I should watch Face It Playoffs. It's on the agenda, do not worry. Okay. Milk Tea needs to be aggressive again, though. They're going to get the car up to the corner before they look for their next TP timing, I imagine. Bolts now. Decent damage, actually, from Eileen. Forces them back. Low on time, though. 20 seconds left. This one has to work, and Pineapple's got a very quick bowler as well, actually. CC are trying to give space, scared of this TP timing. Just going to swing round the corner, though. They've broken the turret. More pressure onto Billadeng. He's getting forced back. They DP round the corner. Bowler comes out as well. Going to break the lamp, but not a lot more. Keo nearly has the window to keep going, but Unknown nearly has it back. The TP was just a fake one. Now it's going to be a trade of Windows, but CC's comp should be better at this. Bowler onto it as well, but blocked from R3K. Windows in exchange. Lamp is out. R3K needs more help on point. They're trying to shield off for healing, but there's still an angle. Window pocket will keep R3K on full health. Insane as TP didn't kill Pineapple. He needs help, though. Kaneki has changed it, and he's got the Blizzard out as well. Frozen onto point, and Kaneki, they all rush on. But it's a wax museum. Kaneki has sealed it on the defense here for CC. Great play from him. Insane tried to be that playmaker. Realised they were going to lose that sort of long pokey duel over time. Makes the initial play, but an important trade. And then that puts Kaneki in a position to get the Blizzard. Again, similar to how I felt on some of the ones, just feels a little bit flat-footed. We felt this on the Ilios as well when they were in control of Lighthouse. And they just didn't push when they had the opportunities to. Too much respect. Too slow. And this type of matchup, rather. And this type of map, it favors CC's comp a lot. Ice Block does damage. With the perk it does, yeah. I forget the name of a perk, but there's a perk that creates the little sort of like... There's probably an official name for it, but like the mini blizzard around the Ice Block. That does damage. Is it slow as well? I'm pretty sure it slows as well. Or is it just AoE? Some perk experts will clarify for us. Alright, same comp again, and Milk Tea look like they want to hold super close now. Look, we've seen so many teams playing that back corner now. But they are going to hold forward venture, and Kaneki's going to walk straight into this. Oh, just about gets the ice block off. Insane considering going for more, but we'll just back up to that room. They're all coming to deal with Insane. Wall there as well. Drill Dash to get away. Insane punished on the flank. Kaneki takes responsibility for that. Milk Tea should commit to this position, though. No, they're going to try and full disengage, actually. Can't afford to lose anyone else. Oh! Remedy gets around the corner. Okay, they're going to slow it down there. I feel like I would have preferred him almost just playing for trade kills in that situation. But they're going to play it safe. I do have the perk documents, I just couldn't be bothered to fumble through my papers. I'll check after for you. Right, window advantage for far away, but very narrow. TP onto the high ground. Doesn't find all that much. Pressure comes through, and all over it. Pineapple has dealt with that TP, and all at C right now, Milk Tea. Easy kills. Shields just about saves Remedy's life, but again, it is all back foot for Milk Tea. This is not how their comp wants to play. Wall now, Javelin to block it. R3K is up. Eileen's found a kill. A bowler onto R3K. He's trying to block it all. Window comes out in response, but Keo, he needs kills. They've got Kaneki, but they need more. There's about to be a beat and Terror Surge push from CC. Remedy needs to get this beat up in time. Remedy, no! Catches a Javelin. He's okay. He's okay. He has the beat. Can he get it off? He goes for it. He's booped. He gets it off. They're flooding back. Terror Surge over the top still. Lamp doesn't make too much difference. Billadeng's going to take a decent amount of damage. Ball is coming back from R3K. Remedy's going to die afterwards now. Pineapple pushing in for more. The Ball is back. Taking over Anchor in the point. Insane TP's in. Can't find any kills though. Blizzard on point. And Kaneki is going to finish it again for CC.
CC 在皇家赛道上面经过2轮攻防顺利的拿下比赛
All right.
地图上面
2 in a row.
使用了不少的战术啊，你
All right, I'll check on the Blizzard for you.
还有这个
哦
拉马叉，对吧？
这
然后两个残局的破坏
documents.
球都掏出来了。
对
其实，我觉得今天两支队伍打的还是比较
Oh no,
激烈
it's
的
oh yeah, slows and deals 70 damage per second to
关
nearby
键团
enemies.
小美大招
There we
这
go.
个关键团还是赢了太多次了。
对，而且大家可以看到，就是凯里克今天的这个小美的右键，不是我们吹啊。
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest sim by any means. Disappointing. Getting punished. You know, going for these harassment TPs, don't hate it at all. But never felt like anyone from his team went with him in these harassment TPs. You know, they never got like a cheeky 2v1 on the flank unexpectedly. He also got punished for a lot of them as well, which is really the worst thing that can happen. Yeah. Meanwhile, on the other side of it, Kaneki, huge work on the May from him there. Crucial kills, crucial blizzards. Really good. Yes, initial plans is I will be heading to Stockholm this year, hoping I can co-stream from it, but kind of all depends on if they invite me or not. Let me go get some water and then we can lock in for this third map as well, okay? So be right back.
这个压力没有办法去做更多的收割，这个还是比较难受的一件事情。
是的，好的，那么这样子的话，第2张地图也已经结束了，大家千万不要走开，我们看一下回放，休息一下，马上回来。好的，欢迎回来，我是木子。
我是觉得，
目前比分2-0来到赛点，下一张地图依然是由 MilkT 进行选择。
怎么说？地图的选择了。
我觉得如果说就看他们想要打什么了，我觉得可能性还是会放在一些，怎么说？要么就是打架图，
偏地面。
对，就打架图继续来尝试一下。
其实现在我们看到我们国服赛区的这个地图池还是蛮有意思的，就是很多地图大家都是很有默契的，都很喜欢玩。皇家赛道对吧？努纳塞比，然后苏拉也不是苏拉瓦，它是这个
新扎克城。
对，这种地图其实大家好像在这个练习成本上面都放了很多的功夫，而且我觉得根据地图的这个阵容上的一些特色吧，很多队伍他们在自己的这个阵地战上面，我感觉训练成本是要花的更多的。但是今天MilkT， 我说实话，2张地图打下来，从我的感官上来讲，今天是想打一些路数，打一些套路，所以他以往常规的这种选择，今天会不会继续这样选出来，真的还不一定。
主要是要看就是想要去从什么样的一个阵容里面去面对到 Team CC， 因为 Team CC 现在他们打的也是基本没变过，就是之前打的一些东西就基本盘。而我们今天看到 MilkT 他们尝试想去从一些其他方向去做一些突破，
就从阵容上面去微调。
对，有改善，但是整体的结果的话呢，确实没有达到他们想要的一个情况。不过我觉得这算是一个好的尝试吧。
对，其实再看回来啊，今天 CC 他们的这个主动交招的团战，就真的是很果断，机会抓得很死。好的，在上张地图上面看一下2支队伍的一个数据对比啊，其实很接近啊。
对，其实我们从画面上也能看得出来整体的一个效果是怎么样的。所以其实我觉得这张地图两边打的还是蛮精彩的，能打到第2轮，
伤害量很接近，治疗量差一点，然后阵亡我感觉差不太多，一波团战嘛。
关键就在于一些就是几个拐角处和几个关键的团战。
I need to drink more water when I do these long weekends.
还有在最后的直到的最后 overtime 的时候，这几轮的关键团战其实还是非常重要的。
但你不得不说 ，CAC 它细节处理是要好一点。首先在自己没有大招打出大招，先手开团，这个是1点。第2点就是
but yeah, plans ahead to Stockholm as long as I'm invited to co-stream. But you know, fingers crossed.
他们很清楚自己 在交招之后，下一步该去做什么样的一个事情，我们最好理解的是一直谈的隔墙。
Maybe an SSC qualification for that event would help.
抢雕像，我觉得这样的一个动作其实是给到我们非常不一样的感觉，就感觉还是整个队伍的一个磨合和配合都是非常高的。
对，所以其实可以看一下。
Why aren't Milk Tea mirroring the May in overtime? I don't know. I really liked their comp swaps, honestly, in terms of playing the Bap Lucio Ram. I think it's a good, effective way, you know, win a few early fights just through the power of the Ram into the Sigma. But it just all went wrong for him. I think biggest problem for Milk Tea, I mean, they are the underdog anyway, but it's too much respect, too slow. Thanks, Nightbot. Right, New Junk City, I'm going to see Meng come in for his first map of the day here for Milk Tea. Remember, Team CC, one map away now from the Esports World Cup, so Meng has been tasked with the reverse sweep. C going to come in for Remedy as well, which, as we would expect, Lucio compositions on New Junk City. Obviously, give or take needs bans. Alright, Tracer ban from Milk Tea. CC going to ban the Baptiste instead. So imagine we probably are just in an Orisa mirror here. Orisa's been really the go-to tank of choice, not just in China, but in a lot of regions. Unless, of course, you are KSA and you just want to play Ram everywhere. Or you're Ziad and you just want to win everything on Diva. Some exceptions. Why are teams playing BAP now? BAP always good in brawl compositions just because VA are healing. But also, BAP is normally a pretty good matchup into Orisa. Do feel a little bit like Valkyrie has crept into. I think we saw in that Alcad versus Twisted Mind series. Now the BAP, Simple was having a pretty rough time of it. But in general, pretty good matchup. Good matchup into the sim. Also complements the sim if you play it itself. And also, just good matchup into the Orisa. So just lots of nice things. And I think BAP actually in a pretty strong place just in terms of healing damage, all quite reasonable with this. Now it's going to be a full Orisa mirror vote. Genji versus Sim. Now, Insane hasn't had the most impressive Sim so far in this series, but if you ask anyone from Europe, they will tell you the Sim is better. The task is obviously to kill Insane, because that Sim will give frontline advantage, more damage into the Orisa, but if Pineapple's just going to start picking off heads like this, the Sim's not going to get a chance to get involved. Still a Sim and a Kiri underneath here. They can just go kill these two surely, but no, Bilideng's going to drop to point instead. So they're going to slow it down. They really thought they could have just taken that fight. But they're going to play slow for the cap instead, CC. Then rotate round. Javelin comes in, but Pineapple can get pocketed through it. Retake now, but Kitsune rushes are going to be in play. Big beat advantage for Unknown as we get later through the fight here. Suzu comes out as well. TP flip now, trying to catch something. Pressure on. Farway's going to take a dink as well. He has to try and get away. And CC, their position is so scuffed now. Kitsune rush onto the point, but no kills for Milk Tea, importantly. Kitsune rush back from Farway. Even trade. No tank now from them. Eileen with the high noon. Don't think he can find anything. No TP for it as well. He's going to take the duel, but they are forced back. And CC get themselves out of that messy. It was a messy disengage, but they get themselves out of it. And it will be a retake. They're going to try and stall them out. Maybe a little bit here as well. Yeah, they'll still get a retake, Milk Tea. They'll have a Sim Wall and a Terror Surge to do it. But as far as ults go to play into Sim Wall, beating Terror Surge are about as good as you can get. Thank you for the first time emotes. Eyes now. Expect Bilideng. Bilideng can play aggressively here. They just need to get a read on the TP. It's a TP underneath because they need to touch the point. The Venture is there. Simwall to help him get the touch. They don't get the touch! Oh, they invest for Simwall and don't get the touch. It is a disaster for Milk Tea. Oh, they went underneath. They drop the Simwall. They don't get to point. They all get caught up trying to kill Kaneki. They don't kill Kaneki. And, disaster fight. Now their ult economy is in the bin a little bit as well. They can start aggressively here. CC already at the choke. Terror Surge to commit into this one as well. Beat not quite available for C yet. Coming through. Orisa's going to match heads. TP to flip the map phone. Catches a rail, but Eileen can start forcing the point as it's about to unlock. Overclock available for Pineapple. He's going to drop that one here, looking for the sim. Body shots only right now, but the sim has been isolated. Kaneki can finish that kill. Beat comes back, but it's too little too late from C. Terror Surge pulls Pineapple. He gets round the corner. He avoids the damage. Now Kaneki tectonic shock coming out up over top. Lots of damage from that. Needs to finish this kill onto Eileen. Just about does it. Okay. Fairly even ult trade. Beats exchange. Terror Surge invested from Meng, but doesn't find anything. Now it's going to be an even Kitsune Rush trade, but with this Terror Surge throwing over the top, CC are in a very good looking position. Eyes on Insane as well, as Kaneki is now going to go over... as Insane's going to go over and mirror this. But Kaneki's hiding in the corner. Does Eileen see him? He's about to. The drill dash doesn't connect perfectly, but the flashbang is good. Hiding to relieve the pressure. 2 kills already. Kitsune Rush push not worked out at all there. You saw Kaneki hiding for the assassination, but he doesn't get a clean connection on the drill dash. And then this is why the power of Cass in the Venture Mirrors, the ability to flashbang and punish on those unburrowed timings. Case in point right there. Pineapple not making the switch though. Sticking on the Sojin. They do have Terror Surge advantage coming back though. For Milk Tea though, just need to not let too many people get caught up in it. We're going to see Unknown try and clear the Venture out as CC want to try and take the high ground. Got themselves this high ground position a little bit, and they can start walking forward. Damage onto Meng, they can just keep pushing with Terror Surge now. Space for Building to walk into, he pulls a lot of them back in. Big damage onto the Kiri. Killers finished by Kaneki. And the Terror Surge is good for this retake. Clean fight at the end. They were just... Milk Tea... indecisive again, like versus this Terror Surge. 2 options, right? You either just, you try and play in that fast fight, you know, let your Orisa try and tank the Terror Surge, and you play to just hit him on the flank with your Venture, your Lucio kind of group, or maybe even have your Cass flank or something, or just play it really slow. Make Billiden cross a huge amount of distance, but Meng holds close, loses that neutral, and then it's all too easy for Billiden to push forward and get the kill. Early rail. But Insane will be fine. Beat advantage for Unknown. He's going to drop it now. Catches everyone. And this should just be an easy second point as a result. I don't know if anyone's even touching. There is a touch, actually, presumably from Insane. But nothing he can do about that. They're going to get Keo, get C late. They'll come back, deal with the Venture. Recap, and that'll be second point as well. And CC now 1 round away from securing their spots at the Esports World Cup. Overclock with which to do it. Kitsune Rush advantage as well. Milk Tea, good combos though. They've got the beat very soon to deal with any of these scary ults, and they've got a Terror Surge Tectonic Shock combo. We see Terror Surge comboed with a lot of ultimates because it just pulls people back in. Should be a fight-winning combo here. Key for Milk Tea is not to use too many. You just want to use 1 more than the other team. Teams taking the opposite sides of each other right now. Billideng is going far left, actually. Eileen's got a little bit of space. Javelin doesn't connect onto him. He's going to rotate around to the left-hand side now. Insane does get underneath. Chance now for Pineapple. If they're going to chase for Venture, actually. Drill dash throw Insane with the 1 shot, and he pulls the Tectonic Shock out. Oh, what a play from Insane. He looked like he was going to get completely isolated, but they're not out of the woods yet. Classic Woods Theory. Terror Surge from Billideng. They want to get the kill. Meng gets round the corner. Billideng's trying to push onto this Orisa, but Farway has lived. That means healing is available, and Farway's going to de-peak all of this damage. Taking no risks here, and Meng is going to be killed eventually. Insane's play not enough to get them over the line. Ah, and Milk Tea had all these ultimates as well. Another huge chance goes begging. And you're right, they're very much still in the woods. Ult situation looks still tough for CC, right? They're a support ult down, and they have this Terror Surge to worry about as well. But they at least get the privilege of starting on the high ground and holding point. They're all going to rotate around the same side as Insane now, so Insane's going to try and take a deeper flank. Tectonic Shock round the corner from Kaneki. Burrow in as well, looking for it. Beat comes out in response. Farway has the Kitsune Rush to mirror this one as they try and get back towards point. Terror Surge from Billideng to survive, but he needs more healing. He's going to get bulldozed down. Pineapple still has this overclock. Will be able to catch the Venture, but needs more. Oh, cut. Needed to hit that rail. Now they should have enough to get themselves over the line. Thank you, Sunshine Bread, for the big raid. Welcome, everyone. Kaneki's going to find a late trade. Kaneki's going to find 2 late trades. Meng will shut it down eventually, and Milk Tea are clinging onto their lives in this series. What's for raid? Throw it back, raid. Welcome, everyone. Hope you had a good stream, Sunshine. Welcome, everyone. We're just at the start of OWCS China, and this is the lower bracket semi-final, and this is winner goes to the Esports World Cup. Loser has to go through the last chance qualifier. Any gifters? If you do want to gift, there is a 35% discount this weekend only. It ends today on 5 gifted subs or more. Meanwhile, at the choke, stuck up, and Same getting through a lot of work at this. They need to hold on to this, now taking the venture duel with Kaneki, but Billadeng interrupts it with a spear. Pressure now onto the backline. Billadeng is low. Meng's trying to hold on. He's got his support. They need kills. They're piling on top of Billadeng right now. They can't find the kills. There's a venture behind. Kaneki's traded it. Kaneki's found 2. They need to try and get on point, but Meng all of a sudden finds himself hopelessly outnumbered. They recap, and can they even get the touch? Whoa, thank you, Red Eyes, for the gift to Sunshine Bread. Truly the top gifter. And this is just going to be a desperate touch. They are filtering onto it. C is coming for it. Can't make it. And Milk Tea have been eliminated from playoffs.
对的，这个集中冠军赛其实对于他们来说应该也是势在必得的。对，那其实这张地图我们确确实实能够感觉到。
Well, thank you, Sunshine Bread. Very much appreciate it. Welcome, everyone.
上的一个变应上，速度上面其实是做得非常不错的。其实我觉得就是对于阵容
All right.
这个准备，
This means CC progress.
配合度确实要做得更加好一些，经验确实丰富。但是我们也看到今天 Milk Tea 他们是
My viewers are popping off lately. Yeah, everyone's been so kind this weekend as well. So kind. I get to stream in 2K now as well. Everything is trending up. I had to be so careful with my hand there not to get myself in an awkward situation. The cogs turning in my head. It's okay. I think I'm in the clear. Billadeng is not associated with Billy Billy, no. Morning, Raven. Do I think TL is the king right now in North America? Yes. Yeah. I mean, if you were here yesterday, not all of my predictions came true, but I was high on Team Liquid to beat GK. I wasn't expecting GK to look that rubbish, but I thought Team Liquid were there. I think Team Liquid should win now, but I expect the grand final to be much closer than what we saw in the upper bracket. Was busy getting shit-faced yesterday. Can I get a TLDR on the TU and SSG games? Honestly, the TU games... So, first thing to know with the TU games is... Twilight went back to Korea, so he didn't play, so Skyle came in. But honestly, I think TU's best performance of the stage... And they lost 3-1. But about as respectable as you can get given TU's situation. So, yeah, kind of expected. For SSG, I don't even know what happened, you know? Like, word on the street, the scrim bucks is SSG have looked pretty reasonable in scrims, and most people expected SSG to win it fairly comfortably, you know? 3-0, 3-1 type territory. But they come out swinging, Nightmare. Chronic puts on a clinic, as he always does. They banned Chronic's Freya on the second map, and then Chronic just put on a different but associated clinic on Sojourn instead. Yeah, Kellen had a rough time, but it just felt like a gap across the board, really, right? Like, I mean, Sugar Free, yeah, classic Sugar Free always plays fine type thing, but Nightmare just looked better across the board. More unforced errors from Kellen, more unforced errors from the SSG backline. And you add in a big old hit scan gap, before you know it, it's over. You reckon TM first, second, or third? Coming in to the weekend, coming into the weekend, I would have said TM first. And honestly, I actually still think TM first. You know, I've not lost faith yet. I think Psycho said it on Uncoachable. He said, you know, the Alcad TM matches are always barn burners, always takes every single map. I think we're in for the same, but I think this time TM come out on top. Just need KSA not to play Ryan. God bless him. One thing that should be said about Alcad is credit to Junkbuck, because they had a few clever solutions there in terms of bans and comps that put KSA in really awkward positions.
而且啊，包括他们的磨合，其实也是一个问题，毕竟是新人上场嘛。另外今天我觉得其实包括 Milk Tea 他们会选择
Wrong. KSA needs to play more Reinhardt. He just wasn't playing it well enough.
今天也是有
It was a pilot problem, not a plane problem.
不错的效果，但可能总体熟练度上，包括他们第一次尝试嘛。但是不过未来啊，相信
To be honest, even after last night, or even after the game when Psycho was talking, it feels like actually versus that New Junk City comp that they eventually lost on versus the Diva, like the eventual swap they did to Kiri, I think might be the solution. Because you remember when they played Kiri on King's Row, and they just full held Alcancia. So I think there's solutions for TM. I think Alcad can't count their winnings yet. You think VP are back? I don't know. I'm not as convinced.
都是会给到对面很大的压力的。我觉得在最后一张地图里面尤为明显，一上来那几枪哇抽的太准。
是的，那今天在这个之前小辉采访也说嘛，这个卓哥下手轻一点，也是看到今天无论是挖大闸蟹、挖地雷、挖水果，都不太能够取得比较好的成效。
I always find it interesting when game results don't follow scrim results. I think people too much stock in scrim results. Don't know. I guess it depends on the person. Thank you, Sir Willow, for the prime. I think the problem is because there are these situations where scrim results are like upset or reversed, but also most of the time it does happen. In terms of like the results do follow the scrim results. I think the reason it gets talked about when they don't is because it's like it's a shocking situation, right? 最早的时候也是就是算相对于 OWL 来讲是相对于后期才 I think that's what like so when like SSG lose this series to Nightmare, right? Did anyone really think like going into the weekend, did anyone really think SSG were going to lose that game? You know, so obviously like scrims aren't everything, and there are some like maybe the big example. Maybe the big example is often right when we go to an international event and everyone says, "Hey, we did manage to take a map off Crazy Raccoon in scrims, or we did win a scrim actually. Did manage to beat Falcons in a scrim, but the Korean teams always have this like extra level when the lights are bright." But for these online matches, I mean, the lights are still brighter than they are in scrim, sure, but it's not quite the same. But I don't know. I still think scrims are still like a pretty good indicator. They just aren't golden. I guess that's the phrasing I'm looking for. They're a good indicator, but they're not golden. 非常的看好的，只是说今天这场比赛可能说是来到了一个压力比较大的状态，确实是就差一步就可以前往自己的这个梦想之地。Was SSG winning scrims? Yeah, yeah. Like the scrim bucks making this a surprising result for sure, for sure.
是提到啊，奶茶这队伍当他们以8号种的身份来到常规赛之后，最后在季后赛达到4强这样的成绩，其实真的非常不容易。是，那我们现在也来接触一下采访，看一下要采访到的是 Team CC 的哪位选手呢？
Oh, look at this! They got him a green screen. This is Hayashian, Super Rich. You might know him by as well from Overwatch League. He is the coach. Yeah, so SSG was winning scrims. I think similarly, yeah, because Muxfo also makes a good point. I think Alcad looked better in the regular or in the season, even though everyone said TM was the best. Yeah, I mean, to be fair to TM as well, didn't they also beat Alcacia in a Saudi tournament as well? Is that right? I'm trying to remember the results now. I think they either beat, didn't they beat they beat Alcad with Psycho on support or something? Was it Saudi E-League? Or maybe it was the ESL Saudi Challenge or something, yeah. I'm trying to remember.
有可能打满17场的队伍。
But there was like some results to back it up more than scrims as well, in that TM Alcat specific situation. In SSG though, I do agree they've looked pretty mid all stage. But the scrim results, you know, the comps they were playing, like that Arissa matchup, they do well on in scrims. But as we all saw, it didn't come to pass. Yeah, rather than just trying to recall things from my head, maybe I can just look it up, right? Use the power of the internet to fact check myself. What was it called? ESL Saudi. Can I find it through Vision Esports page? I think it'd just be the fucking player. Fuck's sake, Vision.